Hey my loves, and welcome to your cosmic weather report for the week ahead. And we've got really big Venus energy this week, which means you're really going to be asked to look at your values, your levels of self-worth, your relationships with others and with yourself, pleasure, play, enjoyment, possibly finances. All of this is going to be really illuminated for us this week, as Venus really gives us kind of a little bit of a mini makeover. So emotionally, mentally, spiritually, maybe even physically, we're going to get a little bit of kind of Venus makeover as this energy really comes in and invites us to take a really sort of long, hard, deep look at ourselves first and foremost, because everything in our life begins with us, right? So this energy is going to begin on Monday. We've got a really big start to the week. On Monday, Venus is going to move into Leo. So straight off the bat, at the very beginning of the week, this is going to ask you to invite more fun, more flirtation, and more fearlessness into your life. It's going to ask you to live and to love loud and to really shine your light and express yourself truly and authentically. So the week's going to begin by really being able to see where you've been kind of closing yourself off a little bit, perhaps not feeling that good about yourself, maybe being a bit mean to yourself, maybe not believing so much in yourself, maybe life's just got a little bit stale and a little bit tired and a little bit monotonous. And this energy is going to come in now as like this, like I said, this kind of fresh new energy that's going to invite passion and play into your life. Where can you find more pleasure, more joy, more passion, more play, more flirtation, more fun into your life? This is also going to begin the week, so we're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper as the week goes, by bringing a very deep healing to relationships. So Leo rules the heart. So as Venus moves into Leo, Venus being that planet of relationships, this is going to be an opportunity for some very deep, kind of, the word I'm getting is excavating, some very deep heart excavating and healing. So if there are any old wounds in there, or anything that's kept your heart shut down, that's kept you then from seeing the joy in life and finding pleasure and play and feeling good about yourself and letting yourself be fully seen out there in the world, we're going to really be able to see and feel and know those things and how they then have made you kind of a smaller, more quiet version of yourself. So maybe you've just been like walking through life with like head down and not looking, instead of like walking through life with your heart open and your head held high and really allowing the presence of you to move through the world. This is going to begin the week by really asking us to begin to listen to and follow our hearts. This is going to be a very big heart energy at the start of the week. So on the one hand, you may be able to see where you've shut your heart down, where you maybe don't trust your heart anymore, where you don't trust love anymore, where you don't trust yourself. And then this is going to invite you to really, and this work started a little bit last week where we were invited to kind of soften and open our hearts. This is going to be like, now begin to lift from your heart, begin to really feel into and connect back to that real wisdom of your heart space and start to listen to it. And so I'd love you this week, as we go through the week, to just really keep checking in with your heart. How's my heart doing? How's my heart feeling? What does my heart need right now? And bring some really deep levels of healing to your heart. And that will in itself begin to bring deeper levels of healing into any other relationships in your life that maybe need that. Now, Tuesday then, we're going to get Venus trine Saturn and Venus sextile Uranus. So first of all, as Venus trine Saturn, this is going to bring a relationship reality check. So what you're really going to be asked to look at first and foremost is long-term commitments in relationships. So maybe those relationships that aren't for the long haul, that aren't long-lasting, that you're putting an awful lot of time and energy and effort into trying to make something happen when it just isn't really working. The foundations aren't there. It doesn't feel stable. It doesn't feel like it's going to be that long lasting. This is going to really bring that reality check around where you're putting your time, energy, attention and focus into relationships, and where you're maybe putting it into those ones that don't have the secure foundations. Equally, if you do have a long-term relationship, you've been in a long-term relationship, this is a really beautiful week to get together and again, maybe if you've been together for a long time and there's a lot of comfort there, which is beautiful, how can we invite in a little bit of play now? How can we remember who we were when we first met and bring a little bit more of that fun flirtation back in? How can you flirt with each other this week across the room or over messages? How can you just bring back a little bit of that flirtation if it isn't there so much anymore? This is a really beautiful week to kind of reignite those long-term relationships. Now, on the same day, Venus meeting Uranus is going to bring this energy of really asking you to find freedom in yourself and your relationships. So you're going to be able to really see where you're not free to be you in relationship, or where you're pretending to be a certain version of you in the hope it might make a relationship long lasting. And the best analogy I often give this to help it make a bit more sense is, it's almost like if you know that you want a long-term committed relationship and you go out on a date and they kind of say, oh, so what you're looking for? And you pretend to be the cool girl and you're like, oh, well, you know, yeah, I'm happy with casual and I'm just happy to see how it goes. And that's not really what you want. And then about 3 or 4 weeks down the line, when you start trying to get in there a little bit more, they're like, whoa, hold on. I thought this was just casual. Like, what's going on here? And that's because you didn't show up as the real and true version of you in the first place. So they never got to meet who you were. They never got to meet what you want. And that's why then relationships a bit further down the line begin to fall apart a little bit, because then as more of the kind of the true you begins to come out and the what you really want, need and desire begins to come out, it can sometimes be in direct conflict with who we let people meet when they first meet us, when we're trying to pretend to be that person that we're not. And so this is a time now to really check in with, like, who am I at the core of me? What are my values? What is my truth? What do I want in relationship? And how can I really now be honest and true and anchored in that? And again, anywhere in your life where you're pretending that you're happy with casual, you're pretending that you're okay with them taking 24 hours to a week to reply to your messages, and you're trying to make excuses for it, or maybe they've lost their phone or whatever it is that we tell ourselves. It's going to be really highlighted where you're putting too much of yourself into places that aren't going to give you long-term results. You might also find around this day that there's going to be, like, Venus meeting Uranus often brings deep desires that we've maybe hidden down and we've not allowed to come to the surface, or we've not allowed ourselves to dream, or we've not allowed ourselves to really be honest about, actually, that's what I want. So we can find these desires beginning to come to the surface. And as Venus is also making connections with Saturn, this is going to help those to be made real by Saturn. So notice anything that's emerging within you, any little dreams or desires, this is going to take shape a little bit further on in the week. Now, Wednesday, then, we get Venus trine Neptune and opposite Pluto. So we've got so much Venus energy this week. So Venus trine Neptune. Venus meeting Saturn the day before brought the reality. Now as Venus meets Neptune, it brings the romance. And so this is a really nice day, especially as we spoke about, if you're working in longer term relationships, or even if it's something new, to begin to really find the magic in love, the passion in love, the play in love, to find the fun there. It's going to bring this is a really sweet day to just romance life, to fall in love with life all over again, to fall in love with yourself all over again, to maybe look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself everything that you love about yourself, and to fall in love with your people again. So this is a really beautiful day to give some love to your people. So whether that is someone that you're in a relationship with, or it's your friends, your family, voice note, like love bomb everyone in your life today. Voice note your friends and your family and your loved ones and tell them what you love about them. I think you're incredible. This is why I think you're so incredible. And I'd really actually love us to do that. Let's start a little mini love revolution on this day. On Wednesday, I want you to really tell your people that you love them and what it is that you love about them, and send some real love out there into the world. Never underestimate the power of sending love and light and healing out there into the world. This is a day to just literally, like, beam love out to everyone around you. See the best in everything, like really romance life midweek. But I also want you to look at and be very mindful of where you're living under an illusion, especially in relationships. Where are you pretending that, oh, it's going to get better, oh, it's going to be okay, oh, they're going to change, oh, it's not so bad. I want you to really pay attention to where you're living under an illusion, because as Venus opposes Pluto, this brings out power struggles. It shows you where you're giving away your power, where you're losing your power, where you're giving pieces of yourself away in the hope that they'll stay or the hope that things will change. And where or what's really unfulfilling in your relationship. So especially if the day before with that Venus and Uranus energy, you found there's desires that aren't being met and things that aren't being met, this is going to show you what's unfulfilled in your relationships, and perhaps bring the opportunity for some very deep and honest conversations about kind of a rebirth of a relationship. This isn't working for me. How can we change things going forward? In order to make this long term, what can we change to make sure now that we're both happy and this is fulfilling and longer term? It's for the long run, but this might be what needs some attention and what needs changing. Friday, we get the most beautiful day on Friday. We get Uranus sextile Neptune on Friday. So this is a day now to be bold and be brave and dare to be different and to really chase your dreams. Now, especially those unrealistic dreams. Uranus loves and Neptune being the dream of the zodiac. This is a time now to just really go after those dreams that have maybe felt unrealistic. If anyone's ever said to you, oh no, that couldn't happen, those are the dreams I want you to go after. And I often use myself as an example for this, but if I'd have sat with the school careers advisor and said, I want to make a living teaching people how to live in alignment with the moon and astrology and the divine feminine, they'd have been like, don't be ridiculous. They'd probably call my parents and be like, she's not well, take her home. I dared to dream. I've never given up on this dream, ever. And those are the kind of dreams I want you to really go after. The dreams that are different, the dreams that are big, the dreams that are brave, the dreams that are bold, the dreams that people might say can never be done. They're the dreams I want you to go after, because if you can dare to be different around the end of the week, if you can dare to revolutionize your thinking, if you can really be brave and bold and go after it, something you've dreamed about for a long time will fall into place. You will get this energy behind you that will help to really channel you through and bring through all of those really different dreams that are needed in the world. Because in order for change to happen in the world, we can't keep doing things the same way, right? And it's those free thinkers, those free spirits, those that dare to be different and step outside of the societal norms that create the change. And so I want you to really be brave and bold and follow dreams, especially unrealistic ones, and let us know when they come true, because I can't wait to hear all about it. And then Sunday, I've got 2 minutes to get this in for you. Sunday, this is going to finish off the week beautifully and carry on this energy. We get the first quarter moon in Sagittarius, which brings an urge to act on your goals. It brings moving forwards with your intentions, going after what you want, wanderlust, free spirit, taking aim at what you want and then just going after it. It helps us to embrace change and growth and not be afraid of stepping into the unknown. And so over the weekend, especially if you've worked with this energy all week, you're going to find this real desire within you to step into the unknown, to go after what you want, to be fearless, to not worry about what could go wrong anymore, to just worry about what it is that you want and go after that. And this is going to be really beautifully helped along by Mercury trine Chiron on the same day. So this is going to bring the opportunity to heal those limiting thoughts and beliefs that would have held you back and gone, oh God, no, that probably couldn't happen. That's never been done before. No one else in my family's ever done that. I've never seen anyone make that happen. I've never heard about this thing. Oh, I probably couldn't make that work. Mercury, the mind, meeting Chiron, the wounded healer, on the day of the first quarter moon in Sagittarius is like allowing your mind to be limitless possibilities, limitless opportunities. As soon as you think can't, I want you to find 10 reasons why you can, 10 ways it could work out. I want you to really move into that energy of expanding your mind into limitless options and energy, and like, this is what's possible. If I'm bold and brave and fearless, this is what's possible. So this is a week for fearlessness, fun, flirtation, and really following what it is that you want. I wish you so much love for the week ahead. Enjoy it. Use these energies. I'll be back next week.